next guest is one of the world's most beloved celebrity chefs. He burst onto the culinary scene back in 1999 with his very first cookbook and TV show, The Naked Chef.
Now, over 25 years later, he's still going strong, teaching home cooks, including me, to make fast and delicious meals with his latest book, Simply Jamie. It's the one and only Jamie Oliver.
Yeah!
Hi, everyone. How are you?
It's so good to have you here because I've watched you so many times, and I understand that you've written over 25 books.
28 books.
Right?
Normally one a year.
Wow.
The odd Christmas book here and there, but yeah, no, I love it.
And now you have Simply Jamie. So what are you serving up this time?
Well, Simply Jamie was inspired by the sad data that none of us cook as much as we ever have before, right? So, yeah, more processed foods, more foods that we're reheating and less actual sort of scratch cooking. So really, that's like a little homage to getting people cooking, super simple, breaking it down from no-cook pasta sauces to, I know that most people are buying chicken and salmon, so I'll give you loads of recipes for easy ways to make it delicious and interesting, not boring. Lovely things to do at the weekend that you can batch cook and save yourself time and money later on in the week. So I've really just tried to break it down so it's a useful modern-day cookbook and hopefully get people cooking again. That's what we want.
Exactly. This book is all about bringing joy back into the kitchen. And I have to say, even your newsletter, I get 5 recipes from you, I believe, like a week, that have ignited passion in me. And I'm a home cook and I love cooking, but it's not my living. So who does that, or what does that for you? How do you recharge your love and passion for cooking?
I think cooking is just like, you know, if you're into music or like going on holidays, like there's horses for courses, right? You can have the flashiest meal in the world at the wrong time, is terrible. You can have the most humble, simple, basic thing at the right time and it's genius. So for me, I just love, I'm always learning. I learn from talking to people, reading, traveling, making mistakes. It's a constant learning curve. I mean, we're so blessed the world's become a smaller place. And if you think about Canada, how many different kind of cultures and foods come with that. So I really, when I see cooking skills dying, I see culture dying. So it's not just the fact that people have less choices, and because when you can cook, you have choices. Whether you're rich or poor, you have choices. The places in the world which have inspired me the most and given me the most delicious food have never been rich. Right? And they've sat around that table and they've been laughing and giggling. It's just like the world's perfect. And when you're poor and you can't cook, that's bad. And I see that a lot.
You do.
And that's when you haven't got choices. And there's no greater pain in the world than when you can't nourish your family properly. So, yeah, like, I believe like 10 recipes to save your life. You know, 10 principles. Actually, those principles are in that book, like how to do a roast, how to do a stew, how to do a soup, how to make salads taste good, like those fundamentals where you can pick up cheap stuff and make it delicious. That's what it's all about.
Love
That's a beautiful answer. One of the fun things about social media is that we sort of get a glimpse behind the scenes of you and your beautiful family. And you and your wife, Jules, recently renewed your vows, not once, but twice. You did it in 2023 with a sort of romantic beach celebration with the whole family.
You're really leading in on that kiss there, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, I was going for it.
And then
the kids were like, slow down, Dad. No more. No more kids.
And then you renewed them again in Vegas
Elvis.
with an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
So I need you, help us. 2 unmarried, technically, people. What's behind this? Does it get more meaningful every time you do it?
Okay, these are deep questions, high pressure. I mean, we've been married 25 years this year. The obsession, thank you. Look, I mean, if you love someone, like it's, when they're in the church and they're saying, like, you know, in sickness and in health, it's tough. And just because you marry someone you love them, like, you're probably going to not like them much half of the time. So, like, I think if you can just work out a way to meander that, and we know the statistics, right? So it's just like, you know, you just do your best, you try your best, you know, try and keep things fun. And, like, for me, my love letter is food. I've always loved cooking for my wife. I love cooking for people. Like, the idea of caring about something. And like, my kids take the mickey out of me and they call me all sorts of things because I like to make the table nice and lay it and like just because I care. Like, you don't have to care, but like, it's nice to care about anything. So, I don't know, it's good to try and make it work, and you know, I do my best. and I'm, you know, I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know, we can both be arses sometimes, but yeah, that was, yeah. You know, but we keep on. And, you know, like, and as far as getting married again, I don't know what that's about. That's her to me.
Okay.
Dude, like, you know, the second one we did because it was 20 years and there was COVID and stuff. The third one, now it's 25 years. We'll probably have to do it again. So I'm going to be skint, honestly, every time it's another wedding. It's bloody
here
hell.
for it. And speaking of family and kids, I want to ask you this question. We had a very spirited conversation earlier this week, and I want to get your opinion on it. We were talking about actress Angelina Jolie admitting that she really doesn't like acting. She did it because it was her mom's dream. Her mom was a French actress, right? So we were talking about how much does what your parents do influence you? And I understand both of your parents were in the food industry.
Yeah.
You, of course, are
big time.
A very accomplished chef, and your young son has a cooking show on YouTube. Yeah. So how much do you think what we do is baked into our DNA, or are we influenced by what our parents do?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see, like, with Buds, like, he doesn't want to be a chef. He actually doesn't want to follow in my footsteps, per se, but he has always seen me cooking, and he's always cooked. And because of that exposure, he finds it easy. So exposure makes complex things easy. And I think that's why I believe if I had a magic wand for Canada, I'd make sure every child, by the time they leave school at 16, can cook the 10 recipes to save their life.
Right, yes. Right.
Why? It would be the cheapest use of Canadian dollars. It would make the nation happier, healthier, more productive. And culturally, just celebrate the things that make the country so special. And so I really believe that. Look, I think it is all... Parents can be pushy. And I always think it's sad when they kind of force things to the next generation. I think you've got to let them go themselves. And obviously, she's a great actress.
Yes.
The question is she happier because she chose to do what her mum wanted? Yeah. So I don't know. But as a parent, I kind of think that it's nice to let your kids find their own way. Anything they're passionate about, you know...
Support that.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever that is.
Absolutely. All right, before we let you go, you have a big announcement. You have a new show premiering on this coming Monday.
Yep.
It's called Jamie's Money Saving Meals.
Yep.
Talk to us about it. We're super excited.
Well, every January, everyone seems to be skint. Like, we've run out of money, the paychecks are a little bit further away, we've overindulged at Christmas, bought one too many presents, and it happens every year like clockwork. So what I try and do, and it's a real honour to do it, is the most delicious food is not always foie gras and fillet steak.
No.
Right? Honestly, that's like the lazy way out, right? So if you go to the supermarkets or markets and you start finding those classic ingredients, veggies, pulses, legumes that are cheap to make, I just do great things with them and try and get the country cooking not just delicious food, but cheap food. Like, in the UK, we call it £1 wonders, but... yeah.
So, I love that.
That's really great.
But, you know, I think it's like, I always try and find ways that there's no excuse. So if you can buy the ingredients, that's one thing. If it's quick, great, that's another thing. And also if it's cheap, like if it's good value for money, if it's a fraction of the price of a takeaway, it's a bit of a win-win.
Yeah, great advice.
God.
Listen, Jamie, we are so excited and honored to have you here on the show. Thank you so much for stopping by. Jamie's Money Saving Meals premieres this Monday, January 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern on CTV Life Channel, CTV.ca, and the CTV app. Don't forget that.
And don't forget the latest cookbook is called Simply Jamie, and its companion series, Jamie Fast and Simple, is available to stream now on CTV.ca and the CTV app. Now, studio audience, Jamie has a little surprise for you. He's sending you home with your very own cookbook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy cooking.
I'm making it by in the big moonlight. Always plenty of me tonight. 'Cause believe me, like to roll the windows down. Until the radio push the bed to the ground. And believe me, like to...
Welcome back to the show. Well, listen, for decades, Hanson have been the band of brothers with millions of fans all around the world. And now they are celebrating the 20th anniversary of their album, Underneath, with new music and a North American tour.
So we are thrilled to have them in the studio with us today. Taylor, Zach, and Isaac Hanson, welcome back to the show.
giving us that?
I mean, you know what? Like, your first album, Middle of Nowhere, came out 3 decades ago. I don't even know how that's possible. How is that possible, right? It just, everyone just gets older immediately. But you've celebrated so many milestones together since then. So talk about what is this 20th anniversary of this album underneath mean to you?
Well, I mean, a lot of things. One, of course, like you said, time does go by for all of us, unfortunately. And we have marked those history. But 20 years ago was a big milestone. It was a continual choice about what we're doing next. We launched a record company, left one world and started another. And really, we bet on the fans. I mean, you guys that have stuck around and showed up show after show. We've made many laps around the world on tours since then. And this album, I mean, it was kind of the coming of age album for us. It was crossing into our 20s, it was building something new again. And there's a lot of nostalgia for that. I mean, and we're really just grateful the fact that we get to be here this many years later and still have so many excited fans and frankly get to do what we love.
That's so cool. It's so cool. So Zach, Underneath was also the first album that you decided to release independently. And I think this idea of sort of coming of age and doing your own thing. And prior to that, back in '97, just 5 minutes ago, you had a little song that made a little bit of an impact in the world called Bop. Obviously went mainstream all over the world. After that, though, you know, perhaps some butting heads with label execs. You walked away from what, you know, a lot of people would have said was the security of a major record label. So how do you reflect on that time and taking that big risk?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a very big risk. We tried very hard not to leave the label, to convince people and bring them into kind of where we were creatively. But in the end, I think what we felt was that even Bop, as widely successful as it was all over the world, you know, kind of as big of a record as you can ever have, we still felt like we were a little bit outsiders, like we weren't quite in our time, you know, like right after that is a lot of produced pop music and a lot of dancing, and we're like, you're this band, kind of like, we're a garage band.
No dancing. You don't want to see us dance.
I am a great dancer, okay? And so I think in the end, we just said, hey, we just got to continue. We got here because we did what we love, and it's a little bit scary. In the documentary about that album, it's called Strong Enough to Break, Isaac and Taylor are talking, and I think Taylor says, what's there to lose except, like, a lot of money? As in, like, you know, we'll just be back to where we started, which is in our garage, just doing it because we love it.
But we're not back in our garage. We're here back in Toronto many, many times.
I'm curious. Obviously, you perform a lot of new songs. But you do perform the classics. So what is it like when you dip into those classic songs to sort of, does it take you back in time? Are you resurrecting some of those teenage feelings yourself?
Well, you know, I hate to sound kind of a little bit boring in a certain way, but I think we were always a little bit serious for our age, even though we don't take ourselves too seriously as far as telling jokes and things of that nature. But as far as the music was concerned, we were always, you know, songs like Weird, songs like I Will Come to You, songs like Bop, frankly, you know, all have kind of intensely melancholy qualities to them. But I will say, when we did our symphony tour back in, what was it, 2018 and 19, every single time we played Bop, I got teary-eyed. Because there's the lyric that says, so hold on to the ones that really care, because in the end, they'll be the only ones there. And every single time we hit that lyric, I would always get a little choked up. Because looking out at the audience who'd been there with us for, you know, more than 2 decades, and getting close to 3 now, it really hit me in a really cool way. And also something about the whole orchestra playing behind you in this very beautiful melancholy thing. It brought a lot of.
It brings it back to the song. I mean, I think that the savior for us is we were always the songwriters. We were always the players. And so as you go through time, you're not like, well, that was that other person. That was us. That was our story. And just like we all go through life, you can say this is me now, but it's really, it's a huge deal to say that is me. That's just me from another time. And so you write these songs hoping you can sing them for years, and it's evolved. It just has more meaning now.
You know what else has evolved when you guys started Versus Today is something called social media. It didn't exist back in the 90s era the way it does today. So Taylor, you know, obviously you've amassed fans for decades, kind of like the old-fashioned way, you know? The old-fashioned way, you put out the music and you buy the album. How has social media changed fandom? And is it always always for the good? Is there a dark side to it? What have you experienced?
Well, I'm just saying, launching now, it's challenging in a completely different way. I mean, we launched right and as the emergence of all of the connectivity of the internet was happening. It's really what allowed us to build a record company and be independent, is we saw that in the early, 20 years ago when people
the labels were like, no one will ever be able to communicate with you. What are you talking about? You're like, have you heard of the internet?
They are.
Yeah.
So we saw the real birth of that happening, and that connected us to a whole generation. I think artists today have an incredible advantage that we didn't have, which is that they can go directly to the audience.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that you got to figure out, I would just say that the main challenge for artists today is to figure out how to have a voice.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. How to have a voice of your own and not just be constantly in FOMO and constantly in like, okay, what's going on? Who are you doing? What's popular right now? That's always been true. It's just we're all way more ADD now.
Yeah.
It's even harder to say, put the phone down.
Well,
Put the phone down.
Maybe it's like dating, right? Now you have to date your fan base, right? And you have to know when to be unavailable and when to come on strong. And I think that's maybe the part that's most hard to figure out. People think, I've got to see him all the time. I've got to see him today. I've got to see him tomorrow. I've got to see him.
What are they thinking about?
What, you just calm down.
Nobody knew what Led Zeppelin had for breakfast, okay?
If they
and they didn't, and it was better.
I mean, Robert Plant wasn't like, hey, look what I had for breakfast, snap.
It's true.
Food photo.
Rock God eating Frosted Flakes. No.
Here's what I love, that we're kind of jumping back, but then we're in the present, we're jumping back. And it kind of gave us an idea that because you guys came to fame in the 90s, and there's so much 90s nostalgia out there right now. I don't know if you all feel it is everywhere. So why don't we play a little game, shall we?
Sure.
Grab these paddles, and we're going to play a game called Love It or Leave It behind in the 90s. Okay, love it or leave it. So we're gonna start with a classic. So love it or leave it. Oh, we're gonna get a paddle. Oh, that is so nice of you.
Gotta make sure she's a part of it.
That's right. Audience is in on it. You're in on it.
Yep.
Frosted Tips. Love it or leave it.
Leave it.
Oh, leave it.
That's a big leave it.
Everybody leave it. Leave it.
You're leaving it.
Done.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
No.
Okay, you
We were all
Is
natural.
this called frosting?
No, it's
Actually,
not
Taylor frosted it now.
Natural frosting.
All right, let's move on to another flash from the past. Okay, so this is inflatable furniture. Love it.
Oh, I love it.
So
This is as a man that is really focused on the simplicity of that function. Quick.
when I got married and we moved into our first house, we ordered our furniture and it wouldn't come for a couple months, so we bought all inflatable furniture for the house.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
All right.
You just don't want to wear.
Okay, let's see how many else we can fit in. A quick one. Next up. The Disc Man. Love it or leave it?
Well, I would say love it.
Love it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're leaving it though.
Well, I'm leaving because mine would always be like, yep, because I was just too excited.
At the time, it was
You couldn't
epic.
stop moving around.
I love that. I wish we could do more. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, everybody. Listen, at this point, I think you've all been here many, many times. I hope that you still keep coming back, because I hope you're still making music for decades to come.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for making time. And
Yeah, thanks.
thank you so much.
Our next guest is a six-time NBA All-Star and all-time points leader for the Toronto Raptors. Known as the best closer in the NBA, DeMar DeRozan is one of basketball's greatest of all time.
Yes. He is also a man who suffers from depression, and since sharing that publicly, he's broken the stigma on speaking out and becoming a mental health advocate. Now, more than ever, you're seeing all of this in his brand new memoir entitled Above the Noise, My Story of Chasing Calm. We are so thrilled to have him here on the show, the one, the only, DeMar DeRozan.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I feel like saying, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I do want to go back in time a little bit, and this is going back to a morning back in the 2018. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and you tweeted, quote, "This depression get the best of me." Now, that single act literally changed everything that morning, and it started to spark so many conversations about mental health, specifically in sports. But you say it was actually kind of an unlikely person. Like, Jim Carrey, another fabulous, Canadian, who led you to realize that you might be facing depression. So can you share what is that backstory?
Yeah, that night, it was just an impulsive reaction. I was up late. I took my emotions to Twitter, not knowing what type of reaction I'd get the next day. And come to find out, me sitting here with you guys is the reason behind a lot of that tweet, because, I started to dig deep and try to be an inspiration bigger than, not just myself, but, for everybody. As far as Jim Carrey, I remember just watching all his interviews and how in depth he used to talk about depression and ways he suffered from so many different type of emotions. And, this was a guy that we watched just to, find laughter in. And to see he was dealing with so much stuff, it made me identify with a lot of stuff after that. And I just wanted to keep the conversation going.
It's so important, yeah. And you're so vulnerable and open in this book. And you share that you grew up in Compton, and you were only 5 years old the first time you attended a funeral. And then after that time, you've since attended many, many funerals for friends and family members, often as a result of gun violence. But you transcended this world, and you had this incredible talent and this incredible drive. And I'm just curious, thinking back, what kinds of changes do you want to see happen in a place like Compton?
One, voicing what we all go through. I think growing up, we was taught to hold so much in, and with that, it builds up so much internal aggression, lack of confidence, and you kind of live with this false insecurity that leads you down the wrong paths a lot of times. And for me, just breaking that stigma, making it feel okay to be vulnerable, express what it is that we're going through, because my whole childhood was, I remember days coming in the house, I didn't want to talk or express nothing that I went through. I could have had the worst day at school. I could have gotten in a fight, lost a fight, and I'm gonna come home and hide it because I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to express it. So, we carry so much pain that we hold in to later down the line, we explode in ways that, lead us to the wrong direction. So for me, just more so just finding help, seeking help, and even talking about it is a start.
It's big. You share a lot in the story of when you were young and how your dad was actually really, really hard on you. For example, when he thought you were bad, he would actually lock you in a dark closet. And he also pushed you in basketball really, really hard. Some of your training sessions together, a lot of them would end in tears. And yet you say you have such a special relationship with your dad. So when we think of those sort of extreme parenting tactics, why do you think you believe they worked with you?
Yeah, it worked because, as I got older, and these was conversations I was able to have with my dad before he passed, of why he pushed me so hard. And, the way he came up not having much, the struggles that he went through, he knew that life wasn't gonna be easy once you walked outside that door. Nobody was gonna hold your hand, nobody was gonna be soft with you. So you had to be ready enough to endure what the world had to, in front of you. And he prepared that for me the best way possible. It wasn't just basketball, it was more so a life thing in the ways he was pushing me.
Well, maybe it prepared you for a lot of things to come, because over the 9 seasons that you played with the Toronto Raptors, well, you helped build them into a championship team. We all remember those beautiful days. But then you write about the fact that you really, really were left feeling betrayed. And you broke down when the team traded you, and you found out that you were, heading out into what ended up, of course, leaving behind what their next season would be, which would be a trophy-winning season. I would love to know about the mental impact that a trade has on a professional athlete at your caliber.
Yeah, it's tough because, this was a place that, I was 19 when I got drafted here. I was a kid, I was young. I was naive to the world, and, I grew here, gained so much success here to, in my mind, this was a place, I wanted to be forever. But it didn't work out that way, and sometimes life throws obstacles at you. And when I got traded, it was a new shift for me because I didn't know nothing else. I got drafted here thinking this would be one place, but sometimes basketball, the business of basketball don't work that way. So end up ultimately getting traded, and it was tough. It was tough more so from the emotional connection and impact I had within not just the city, the country in a whole. And it was tough at first, but it was a learning lesson for me that I learned to accept, more so than anything, and which in turns always lead me back here, a place where it all started that always be near and dear to my heart.
It's true. Since leaving the Raptors, you've had many memorable games right here in Toronto, but it was actually your daughter who made headlines after one particular game, and we actually even talked about it on the show afterwards. Take a look at this.
In any particular game, if he steps the wrong way or
official visit to Florida State, asked him, what did you guys do? He said, underrated passer.
They played terribly because they succumbed to the power of a 9-year-old girl.
Okay, so your daughter was screaming during that to distract the other team. So what did you think of that?
It's crazy. It wasn't until I think late in the third quarter or maybe the fourth quarter, OG Anunoby, we was running back down the court, and he said, "Man, tell your daughter to leave me alone." And literally, we was running back down court, and I was confused on not knowing what he was talking about. So the next time they went to the free throw line, they had missed 2 free throws, and that was my first time hearing my daughter scream. So I was like, oh, well, it must be working. So by the time the game ended, she came and gave me a hug, everything. But it wasn't until I got in the locker room where I realized she was basically viral over the whole entire world, and it was extremely cool moment to share with my daughter, because she really wanted to come to that game, and beforehand I kept telling her no. I was saying no. You got school. You got to go to school. But it was definitely a cool moment that I'm glad I got to share with my daughter.
And you put it in the book, and we're so glad that you did. DeMar, what a pleasure and honor to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Is available right now. Studio audience, it is your lucky day. You're going home with your copy today.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, all the Southern Charm fans out there, hold on to your seats, ladies, because we've got 2 of the reality show stars here with us today ahead of their 10th season premiere. I know, right? Check this clip out.
If Craig's seen with a beer in his hand, he thinks his whole business is going down. Cutting himself off from everybody is not a solution.
Austen and Shep are foaming out the mouth to say you're changed because of me.
Our friendship will never look like it used to.
I knew that's how you were gonna take it.
You can either swim or leave.
Please welcome 2 charming gentlemen, Craig Conover and Austen Kroll.
Thanks for having us. This is awesome.
We wanted, for your first trip to the social, we wanted to make you very comfortable because you have a podcast called Pillows and Beer.
That's right.
So we have beer.
Yes.
There we go. You guys have some beer.
Yes, we do.
Welcome.
Thank you. And pillows.
Beautiful friendship.
Crack them.
Let's crack them open.
And cheers.
Now, Craig, I got a question for you. Let's pretend
cheers.
aliens came down to Earth.
Yes.
And you met them.
Well, we don't have to pretend, right? Because they walk among us.
They do. So you meet one, and he's asks you what, Southern Charm is, and what do you tell the alien? How do you explain that to him?
I used to say it was like Laguna Beach, but in Charleston. But not everyone used to watch that back in the day. So I would say it's about a bunch of crazy people that happen to be friends trying to make it in this life. And I think before it was all about partying and having fun, at least we were at an early age. And now it's transitioned into these new chapters in our lives and how we navigate it and how, do we still like each other when you remove some of those things that brought us together, even though personally we're starting to grow. So there's a little bit of growth, a little bit of new chapters. I don't think the aliens would really get it. That's probably why I don't think they get it either.
Listen, it doesn't matter if they don't get it, we get it. And
our show kind of grows, which is neat, over the years.
You grow with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been watching for the 9th season, so I've been growing with you guys, and I've seen a lot. And you know, most of these reality shows, we're so accustomed to seeing the female friendships have all kind of drama, wig pulling, table flipping. But judging by that clip, it seems like the men are getting into the drama. So where are you guys at right now? How's the friendship? What's going on?
Yeah, so I think you're very right. In years past, there's been drama with relationships and such. So we decided to put that on a pause and, fight each other.
Yeah.
But I think that with every season and with every good story, there's an arc. And Craig and I certainly have one this year. As he said, we're trying to figure out where we all fit. Craig's in like a serious thing. I'm beginning to date someone. Trying to figure out, where we fit. And yeah, I mean, the friendships certainly take a bit of a hit. And that's just the way
We're
it goes.
definitely the
That's just the way it
dramatic
goes, I feel. Yeah. So like, man, Craig and I can grow and evolve and all this stuff, but we'll always be dramatic.
We
that's
both won
sure.
most dramatic in high school. That was our superlative.
Can we talk about Andy Cohen for a moment?
Of course.
Because
Yes.
you both have appeared on his show, Watch What Happens Live, multiple times.
Yeah.
I love the show. But Craig, do you get anxious at all, despite having met him so many times,
of
before you
course.
go on?
I was nervous in the green room before this. I always
We love that.
Yeah, it's funny because it's so exciting going on his show. It really is one of the best parts about being on Bravo. But you just it's like, I don't know, like a sport, like going out on a field. Like you're ready to go on stage, and Andy, like you would never know what they have planned for you.
What game?
And your adrenaline's going, but I like to tell everyone that you would not be disappointed with him. He's just as fantastic as you would hope,
All right, listen, let's keep talking about Andy, because I understand that you guys were recently in London and you went to see an ABBA concert. But Austen, I'm gonna throw this question to you. You noticed that something was missing at the concert? Do you know the story that I'm talking about?
I'm assuming that you mean the actual band. I'm assuming you mean the actual members of
You didn't know it was
ABBA.
a hologram.
No. Okay, we knew that. Okay, so
well, I didn't until we got there.
Yeah. So, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I watched the documentary on the plane, and I was like, this is
knew
great.
that it was a hologram. And Craig, funny enough, had watched the documentary prior to coming. So the whole concert, he's like, and did you know that in 19... I was like, no, Craig, I didn't know. So he was full of facts. But the end of the show comes, right? And then the present day version of themselves walk out. But hologram, and Craig and I were like, they're here. And Andy was like, no, guys, that's the hologram. We were like, oh, it's so real.
But then the choir comes out, like a 100-person choir. And we were like, man,
cool.
the business model is great. They can repeat this every night. But how did they pay for that choir? And Andy was like,
once again, that's a hologram. We were like,
oh my gosh.
Oh, okay, so that's just like a testament to how good the show is.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are incredible. Okay, so we want to play a little game with you. Are you guys down?
Okay, let's
All right,
do
so
it.
this game is called Chill and Spill, and we're going to ask you some rapid-fire questions so we can get to know you a little bit better. You guys ready?
Yes.
Audience, ready? All right, so Austen, first question for you. Okay, what is your dream reality show that you would want to appear on? And you cannot say Southern Charm, obviously.
Okay. I feel like I want to sell some big, expensive piece of real estate because that means that I'm making money.
Yeah, good idea.
So which one of them? Selling Sunset?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Loves it.
Selling
Maybe
Sunset
new-
is a dramatic one. You would
it
fit
is.
right in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Okay,
just,
Craig.
Yeah.
Do you have any surprise celebrity fans?
the best one, my favorite one ever was Danny McBride. And so,
I love Danny McBride.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
And he lives in Charleston now, but he came up to me and Cameron one time and asked for a picture of me, and Cameron were like, what? We want a picture with you, though. And so we've had some really great times and memories with him, but that was probably...
Yeah, it's always funny when someone is like
a real
actually
actor.
asking questions
Yeah.
about it, and then they're like, Austen, so what did you mean when you said that? I'm like, you are not asking me this right now. That's amazing.
Like we have like Dale Jr., the race car driver, has a Charleston place, and he'll be like, so tell me about Thomas and Catherine.
Yeah,
and you're
and we're like,
wait, how do you watch our show?
All right, so our next question. All right, so Austen, have you ever had a celebrity slide into your DMs? And if so, which one?
I like, not like a true blue, like, celebrity. People from, like, Bachelorette and things like that.
Yeah.
And
So our level of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's how it... Okay, it doesn't work like that for me, at least.
Yeah.
You
darn.
You were amazing. I wish we could stay on these pillows all day long.
This is great.
Thank you
yes,
so
thank
much.
you guys. We'll come back anytime.
Okay, we want to let everyone know that season 10 of Southern Charm premieres on Hey You this Thursday, December 5th at 10 p.m.
Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, known for her love of gigantic sunglasses and proud Greek heritage. Yes. She's truly come into her own as a fan favorite this season. Take a look.
My daughter does need me. Like, I don't let her sit and game till 2 in the morning. She's talking about my parenting. I'm a great mom. That's a low blow.
I don't think you've been a good friend to me lately.
Even a sweet.
Please welcome the fabulous Angie K.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Wait a second. Before we get started, Angie, I just want to say, Kalispera.
Kalispera,
Well,
bravo.
just for you, darling, just for you.
I am feeling right at home out here. Greek town, Greek food,
Yes,
a lot of Greeks.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in my element.
We're so happy that you're here with us today. Okay, so anyone who's familiar with the Housewife franchise knows that being at the center of the cast in that opening credit, it's a huge deal.
Yes,
you
thank
are the
you.
center. You are the coveted center snowflake position. What does that mean to you?
Look at that.
Look
Wow.
at that.
Well, that tells you that you can start at the bottom and work your way to the top, which is the story of my life. And, you know, my dad and my parents are immigrants, and my dad came to America for a better life, and he taught us that if we wanted anything, from a young age, we learned we had to work for it. And
Yeah, I love that.
Yes. Yeah. It's my biggest life lesson, and it served me in every area of my life. I built my own brand, I built an empire, and I built a franchise company with my husband in Salt Lake City, Sean. It's Lunatic French Salons, and I've been working hard for 30 years, and it's paid off. And I think, you know, this center snowflake is just it's really just a reflection of my real life. You know, like I was an underdog and I had to work my way up, which it's hard to come on this show not being an OG and to make it to center snowflake and first chair. So I'm honored and I'm very proud. So I've been authentic, I've been vulnerable and shared my life, and I think it paid off.
Listen, it paid off big time because this season, Angie, you came into your own. No, you were beyond funny. You came into your own. All I'm gonna say is high body count hair, high body count dress, high body count heels.
All of it.
Okay, so what are the attributes of high body count hair?
Well, you know, at Lunatic Fringe, we are, you know, a super premium luxury hair salon. And, you know, we love sexy hair, but sexy hair needs to move. It needs to have softness. And it's not the 90s anymore. That was a gray era, but, you know, hair needs to move and it needs to be timeless and pretty and
not like Britney's.
I mean, that night, Brittany had high body count hair. I think she had way too much hairspray. It wasn't moving. And when she said, Angie was probably a slut with Sean, I said, well, let's talk about your hair. I wasn't talking about her, but it's like, we had to assess the hair and the too much hairspray. So I was just offering up some advice and
free advice.
Look,
You read her to filth, girl. Don't even try to think about it.
I mean, high body count hair could be a good thing if there wasn't so much product. It can still be a compliment.
Yeah.
You just got to do it right.
Okay. You know what's really fun to watch is all the celebs that watch you.
Yes.
You know, and that follow you. I want to ask you about, Jennifer Lawrence said your cast deserved an Oscar for that finale episode. So that's really fun. And Zooey Deschanel.
Yes.
Her most recent Halloween costume was you.
Can you believe
I mean, what does that
Look at that. Look at that.
What is it, do you think, about the show that just resonates with so many people, especially these celebs?
Well, I adore her for that. You know, I think that everyone is their real selves. I mean, it's a reality show with 7 to 8 different characters who are relatable and completely delusional. You know, I mean, like, you know, that's what makes it fun and funny is like everyone is really playing their real self. So I think our cast is relatable on so many different levels that people can just connect with, you know, there's enough characters and we're all different. So I think that's why people love our cast.
Yeah.
And you know what can I say? There's a lot of comedy in Salt Lake City and people need the light. There's the drama, there's, you know, there's a lot of controversy, but there are a lot of light-hearted comedic moments and we need that in our lives today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a longtime watcher, and I feel like this season is your season because we're really seeing Angie K. We're seeing all sides of you. And one of the most surprising and touching sides was you talking about your mom's struggle with alcoholism and her passing away, and you were a very young girl. Talk to us about why you decided to share that and what the response has been like since you shared that story.
You know, I think part of being on reality TV is really shining the light on the shadows. You know, our life is not always perfect. Yes, we have a Porsche, we have nice businesses, we have purses and clothes and shoes and beautiful homes, but people need to know that everything's not always perfect, and we need to share our struggles in hopes of using this platform to help people. And you know, my dad's going to be 88 this year, and he looks amazing. Yes. But like, I spent my life trying to be strong and not talk about how hard it was growing up without a mother. And I did that to protect his feelings because I didn't want him to feel like I lacked for anything because he did such an incredible job. But having that conversation was really healing. And since then, we've had off-camera conversations. I've learned more about him. I've learned more about my mom. It's helping me move forward, you know, and become more forgiving, I guess, to the situation. And I would have never had that conversation in his lifetime or mine had there not been cameras around. It just organically happened.
Wow.
So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I love that vulnerability. And also there was a very vulnerable moment on the season this year with Mary having a conversation with her son who was struggling with drug addiction. And the two of you share a scene where you're talking about it. Talk to us about that scene and when you watched it, what you felt.
You know, I love that woman and I love her son. And I've met him and he's a beautiful, inside and out, beautiful kid. And seeing what she was going through, and really just, it's every mother's worst nightmare, right? Every father's worst nightmare. And the way that she moved through that and how she handled it, the words came to her. There were no judgments. I think the whole world learned in that moment how to handle addiction. No judgments and just with love. I mean, Mary and I talked, we grew up in a time where it was tough love. If that happened, you were gonna get kicked out of your house.
Right. Yeah.
And Mary took a whole different approach. And that, I mean, I have the chills right now because that approach, just going at it with love, that's the way to handle it. And that's why Robert's doing better.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
And for what I loved about that moment is that anybody who thinks these shows are frivolous, watch that moment and tell me these shows are still frivolous. It helps a lot of people. So that was a really important moment.
And I know a lot of people have reached out to say she has helped them. And for me, you know, to listen, Mary doesn't want anyone to pity her. So I did my best to listen. She also doesn't like you to offer up too much advice. But I know that I wanted to be there for her and just let her know she's not alone. She's done a great job and she's saying all the right things.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we want to play a game before we let you go.
I love games.
And since your signature look is huge glasses that cover your entire face almost, we thought we'd play a little game called Shady Reflections. So let's put on our shades. Right?
Oh, here I am.
There we go. Okay, so let's reflect on some of your epic fashions. Some of these looks with one word. Are you ready, Angie K?
I don't know if I am.
One word, girl. Okay, so let's put up the picture and let's see what we have first. Okay, one word. How you describe this look, girl?
Over the top.
Okay, good answer, good answer. All right, let's see the next one.
I can't see a thing.
This is a moment.
This look is Greek.
Oh, I like that.
The Greek queen.
Grecian.
All right, I think we have one more. Let's see the next fabulous look.
A girl and her dog.
A couple more words. We'll do, it'll do. All right, and we've got one more fabulous look.
Oh, I finally got my flowers this year, so I love that.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Angie, that's beautiful.
Oh, it's a scratch and sniff. If you scratch it, it smells pretty.
Definitely not high body count. Angie K, we cannot thank you enough for stopping.
Thanks, Angie. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Keep being your fabulous self on the show.
Thank you.
Everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And your husband's super hot.
Oh,
Just throw it in.
Everybody,
don't forget, you can catch Angie K on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. on Hey You. All right?
Thank you.
Just give me one night, una noche, a moment to be by your side. Give me just one night, una noche, give you the time of your
All right, everybody, we know they have been making us swoon for nearly 30 years, ever since their first single hit the airwaves in 1997.
Crazy. Since then, they've sold over 15 million albums worldwide and reached gold status in over 60 countries. Now they're back with a new album, Full Circle. Please welcome to the show Nick Lachey, Drew Lachey, Jeff Timmons, and Justin Timberlake.
We're coming here every day. This is awesome.
No, this is all for you. I've never heard our audience scream this loud ever, so thank you guys for being here. All right, so let's talk about your new album, Full Circle. You have some new songs on there, and then you re-recorded some of your biggest hits. So did you get that idea from one Miss Taylor Swift, or did you guys come up with that on your own?
So, the idea, it's built into most record contracts that, you know, like after 7 years, after you've done with your deal, you have the rights to re-record your masters. What Taylor did was she made it so that the fans were aware of this and basically got the fans on the side of the artist to be like, all right, forget that version, we're gonna go with the artist version.
Wow.
So she is basically the marketing guru of every master recording that is ever gonna happen for the future of history music. So yeah, it's she put it on everybody.
I think she kind of knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I get that feeling.
Sometimes.
And then she went and bought her catalog back again. So
Exactly.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Now she owns all versions.
Yeah.
Well, listen, one of the re-recorded songs is the ballad I Do Cherish You. We love it. And this song, we know it has lived on for decades, the ultimate wedding song, and it is such a beautiful ballad. And we always wonder, I guess we're curious, do you ever use your own personal ballads for your personal life?
So you're saying like when we're trying to set the mood, do we ever put on our own song?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but once upon a time, I was probably guilty of singing I Do maybe once or twice.
Did it work? Wait, did it work?
Of course it worked.
Not my
I
wife.
wouldn't tell the story if it didn't work.
My wife puts Usher on. She's like, forget 98 Degrees. Where's Usher? Where's Neo? Where's Chris Brown? Yeah.
Yeah, you're very quiet on the end. You don't want to tell us if you've used the music to get a lady?
I mean, I don't really use the 98 Degrees thing, to be honest with you. It's just,
he's a Maxwell guy.
Justin, okay, well, Justin's also got that voice, so you don't need the singing part. Okay, so other people have certainly used your music for romantic reasons, so I'm curious, how many proposals have you seen at your concerts, and how many babies are the 98 Degrees responsible
We've
for?
never seen a baby delivered at our concert.
Okay.
That one hasn't, but we've seen quite a few proposals. And sometimes we know about it, we'll get a heads up that it's gonna happen, and other times you just see somebody in the front row down on a knee and taking advantage of the moment. So that's always a very cool thing, obviously, for us as musicians. You want your music to resonate with people and to see someone choose that moment, you know, to make the most important decision of their lives is it's very flattering and honoring for us. So it's very cool to see, not just that, but I Do being a part of so many people's wedding days, and a part of their, you know, you're part of someone's soundtrack of their life, and so it's a very, very special honor, I think, for us as musicians to see that happen.
Yeah, and we also love to see 90s nostalgia in fashion come back as well.
Do we really?
I don't think we agree with you on that one.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Drew, because we do have some photos that we would like you to take a look at.
Can't wait.
Why don't you all caption? Okay, we got 4 photos for you. So photo number 1, how would you caption this look? Give me a caption.
That's the Boyz II Men Alexander Vanderpool wannabe look. So Boyz II Men,
there's the reference.
Boyz II Men had their like college sweater sort of thing, and they call that the Alexander Vanderpool. We wanted to be like Boyz II Men, and so that's probably
But they didn't
where
have it in my size?
It's like dresses on us.
It's like a 2XL.
It was the 90s.
Extremely big.
The college job.
Look at those. Look at that hair, Nick.
Yes, let's not focus on the hair, but instead focus on the pleather jackets. Very PETA friendly.
Oh, very good.
friendly.
Very nice. Very
We're
nice.
very conscious
Hashtag
of.
frosted tips.
Well, you know what? There
little
was some poor hairstyles back in those days, and I was the poster child for those poor hairstyles.
Okay,
that was
look number
awful.
3. Let's caption this this next look. Oh yeah.
You guys are really finding some really unique ones here.
Where is this?
It's very Canadian.
It's very Canadian.
Was this like
Canadian.
is this like a ski thing or something?
No idea.
So our tour bus broke down, and Justin put on his coveralls to get under, fix the bus, and.
Okay, one last look, because
goodness.
this is just way too fun, if you ask me. We'll go one last look. Oh, yeah, this is nice.
There you
that
go.
That works today.
We got done changing the carburetor, and then we celebrated right
I don't know if you guys feel any familiarity being in the studio because you've actually been in here and performed many times, and you just would light up the block. I believe it was even through one of these windows behind you here. You know, listen, how can we forget? This was in this studio that you are all sitting in right here. Isn't that wild? Listen, what is the enduring appeal of boy bands, do you think?
Well, I don't know, but one thing is for sure, we have an affinity for Canada, particularly Toronto. And while we had a hit song out in the United States, we weren't really marketed there. We literally renegated, did grassroots up through Toronto. Much Music put us on that set here, and that's the first place we really blew up and got to experience success. So we really sincerely appreciate you guys very, very much.
Cool.
All right, so we know that 98 Degree fans are super passionate, but you know who else is? Reality star fans. And we have Nick Lachey here, and he's kind of hosting a show that we all love to watch, Love is Blind.
Yeah!
So I'm curious, in your opinion, who's more intense, the boy band, girl crazy fans, or the reality star fans?
Ooh. You know what? I think I give a nod to the boy bands. But not to take anything away from the reality show fans, because we've been really blessed to see how popular and how much an impact Love is Blind has made, you know, across the TV landscape. So, you know, when Vanessa and I signed on to do that show, we had no idea it was going to take on this life that it's taken on, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of that experience. And so thanks to all of you for whoever watches it. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Okay, listen.
Thanks, Drew.
Let's pretend everybody's single on the panel. Would you do the show?
Do
Love is Blind?
Hell
Come on, guys. Come on.
Why not?
No.
We're old school guys. I mean, we're old school.
I'm gonna put on a 98 Degree song. I'm gonna do my thing, do what I do.
Whatever that was, please don't do that again. I just ate. It's
all right.
So no one on the panel would do it?
Of course I would.
You would do it.
I have to say I would do it.
I would do it. I told my girlfriend, I said, I think we're too old to do that show, and she's been upset about it ever since.
Hey, Nick, I think it's time to change the age. Get them a little older.
We get that a lot from people. Like, we should do a version of it that's for either divorced, you know, and now single people of an older generation. So yeah, I think we're taking a look at that.
So Love isn't blind, it just needs readers.
Yes. Love has cataracts. Love has cataracts.
Okay.
Cause I'm losing my mind when you're not around. It's all because of you.
We're back. We could not let 98 Degrees go just yet. We just saw a little clip from the hit Because of You. I remember watching that. It must have been 98 or so, like late 90s when that video came out. And then there's this moment, and we realized, are you actually standing on top of the Golden Gate Bridge here? Are you actually?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Yeah, we worked with a director named Wayne Isham, and he was just always, let's try something crazy left field. And I don't know how he got a permit to go up there, but we took a little tiny two-person elevator.
It's about the size of a coffin.
Yeah, up to the top, and Jeff, as you can see in the video, was absolutely afraid of heights. He was terrified.
They didn't have harnesses on. The wind's blowing. We can literally die.
Did you sign any waivers?
No waivers. Look, no rules. I mean, and like Nick said, Wayne was very crafty on how he got some of these things accomplished. So who knows?
He was flying around in a helicopter, and we're just like, oh, don't die.
We can't hear anything.
And anyone who's been to San Francisco in the summer, it's about 45 degrees. I mean, it looks warm. We were freezing up there.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely
All right,
freezing.
so you know, back in the boy band craze days, there seemed to be a weird rule where it's like, if you were a Backstreet Boy fan, you couldn't be an NSYNC fan, but everybody loved 98 Degrees. So why do you think everybody loved you guys so much?
Well, I think I understand there was definitely a rivalry between those two groups, and I think we were the safe play. We could just kind of walk the line, and you were allowed to like one of them and us. You know, like it was like a combo meal at McDonald's. You know, but you couldn't like both of them. It was a weird thing. I don't know why that was the case, but
yeah, I think because they shared label, they shared management, they shared lots of things. They 5 members, you know, kind of a lot of the same footprint. You know, even though they're very different personalities and very different groups. Yeah, we're different.
Yeah, we were a different group.
Yeah. I love that. All right, so you have some shows planned in Canada, upcoming shows, and I'm just wondering, what's touring like now compared to back in the day? Pre-wife, pre-kids, you guys were young and out there. What's it like now?
I think it's more fun. I think we're more relaxed. There's less pressure, and so I think we're smelling the roses more and taking it in more than we used to. We used to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. There was a lot of pressure in the industry, and I think now, you know, everybody's got other things going on in their lives. Everybody's got families, and so I think for us to get together, we recognize it's very special, and we're grateful that we have amazing fans.
Love that.
There's a lot more Advil now, though, than there was.
A lot more
back then. It hurts a lot more.
readers, massage therapy. Listen, your ballads and the lyrics are so beautiful that we thought, you know what? Why don't we play a little game of charades where we get to, I don't know, act out some lyrics and see if y'all can guess what the lyric is. Is anybody down for this?
So you act them out and we guess.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're going to switch up. We're going to break up the brothers. So Drew and Justin, you're going to swap seats, and then you're going to be with me. Who's going to be with me? Yeah. We're going to split up the teams. So Drew and Jeff,
partner.
you're on my team. Andrea, you're with Nick and Justin. Let's get the chairs out of here.
Chairs out.
Let's get the chairs out of here. Okay, there we go. You can stay seated if you want, or stay standing. It's okay.
No, you guys can stay seated.
I think better on my.
Okay, here we go. Who's going first? Who's going first?
Do you want me to? I'll go first.
You'll go first.
I have 30 seconds, right? Okay, so we're on the same team. Okay, so let's do this.
30 seconds on the clock. Ready? Ready?
Don't cheat.
Okay.
Knee? On bended knee. Oh, wait, it's our songs.
Right?
Heart,
Whoa.
I do.
Help from the audience? Anybody? No?
What in the world?
Jump rope. Jumping into my.
It's a lyric. It's a song lyric.
I do.
It's a song.
Our song, hardest thing.
Anybody?
The hardest thing.
I mean,
He always makes your heart skip a beat every time he walks by. I was skipping.
Oh, it's a lyric, not a title.
Not a title, it's a lyric. Okay, are we good now?
Sorry.
Okay, you two?
Yeah.
You got
Let's
me?
go.
Okay, we're gonna do better, okay? You got it,
We
30
can't do
seconds
worse.
on the clock. Oh, okay, ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Okay.
Drink. Drink.
You're-
Sip. Sip.
I know
Drink.
this
Sweet,
Drunk.
your lips say sweet like wine.
All right, we're not
Suck it!
Hey, you did nothing. You're riding his coattails.
Hey.
Okay.
It's a team.
Ready?
Team
All right,
effort.
let's go.
Lock in. We
Come
can't.
on,
All right.
she's got this.
Piano.
Nope.
Oh.
Fingers.
Hands. No, my.
Cross my heart.
No, the hands. Hardest thing. The lyrics.
You always.
Come on, lyricist,
I
you
can't
know
even
this.
remember the concert. I forget lyrics all the time. This is unfair.
Okay.
My hands are tied.
Oh, my hands are tied and my heart's not free.
Yes! I was worried there for a second.
All right.
wanted to help you
All right,
guys.
you ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Ready? 30 seconds on the clock.
Let's go.
Mind. Blowing my mind.
My head is spinning round and round. No.
Dizzy. Confused. Blowing my mind. Confusion.
Losing my mind when you're not around. Because of you, baby.
All right. Oh, this one's okay. You know what? I'm fine. Okay.
It's all right. They're not going to get it anyway.
Okay, ready?
We can relax.
Okay.
Talk? Yeah? You say,
Oh, I know this one too. Come on, dude.
He's trolling them.
You're there.
wait, you're not speaking. You said the words without speaking.
Yes!
How much time do we have? We have time for more?
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
We got it.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, ready? Okay.
One word. Oh.
Give me just one night, una noche. Second word.
No.
1, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
15 seconds on the
Oh
clock.
my God, this one is so hard. Oh my God, what is
10
it?
seconds on the clock.
Okay.
8,
Okay. Oh
7,
God. Oh, I can't.
6,
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
2.
What was it? It had to be really hard.
Okay, wait. For the rest of my life, you don't have to think twice.
Twice. Think twice.
That's tough.
Think twice.
That's hard.
That's tough. No, my heart
Rest of
breaks for
my
you guys.
life.
That's tough.
Is that it?
I mean, I knew what it was, but.
Oh my God, that's it.
That's a tie.
That was so good, though.
Good job, though.
That was
We
fun.
won, though, right? We
Guys.
won.
I think it's a tie.
Sweating like I just did cardio, okay? Listen, 98 degrees. You love them. We love them. Thank you for being
Good job,
here.
guys.
Thank you so much. Okay. So listen up. If you want to see 98 Degrees in concert, they have some great Canadian shows lined up this summer. Head to 98degrees.com to find out more and get your tickets. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.